Hey there, friends, and welcome back to another 3-Minute Thoughts. My name is Derek, and in the next 3 minutes, we're going to take a look at 1 Peter chapters 1 through 5. As we explore Peter's first letter, we see a message written to believers scattered across Asia Minor, men and women who were facing real persecution and tremendous hardship. This letter is full of hope, calling Christians to stand firm in the face of suffering because of what Christ has done. Let's look at chapter 1. Peter opens by reminding believers of their incredible inheritance, one that can never perish, spoil, or fade. Though they were suffering now, their hope was secure because of the resurrection of Jesus. For the original hearers, this was a lifeline for them. Persecution could shake their faith, but Peter points them to a living hope that is eternal, something that goes beyond this moment of adversity. Throughout the story of salvation, Peter is going to highlight how God's plan includes not only rescue from sin, but also transformation into holiness, becoming a people set apart for God. Chapter 2, Peter calls believers living stones, being built into a spiritual house, a holy priesthood. This was pretty radical for the early Christians who were seen as outsiders and often persecuted for their beliefs. They were called to live honorable lives, submitting to authorities and showing Christ-like behavior in a hostile culture. We can learn something from this chapter as well, as it challenges us to live visibly different lives that point to Jesus, even when it's not the most popular thing to do. Chapter 3, Peter addresses suffering directly, urging believers to respond with gentleness and respect. He reminds them that Christ suffered for them, leaving an example that we all can follow. He also talks about the power of a clear conscience and a gracious spirit as a witness to others. For the early church, this would have been an encouragement to endure with hope. And for you and me, it's a call to witness through character in difficult times. Chapter 4 and 5 move us into a different kind of approach. Paul reminds Christians that suffering for doing good is actually a blessing. He encourages them to use their gifts to serve one another faithfully, always ready to give a reason for their hope. This counters the world's call to selfishness and fear. Chapter 5 then has Peter's ending with practical advice for church leaders and all believers. Be humble, vigilant, and resist the devil. He reminds them that God will restore, confirm, and strengthen them, even establishing them into their future roles. For the original hearers and for us, it's a reminder that we are never alone and that God sustains us. 1 Peter teaches us that faith in Christ brings living hope that cannot be shaken. It calls us to holy living, humble service, and courageous witness, even when the world pushes back. No matter the hardship, God is with us, shaping us for His glory. That's it for today. Be well, friends.